been going around and speaking with lots of multilateral funds, development funds, venture capital firms, private equity firms. I've spoken to many governments in the first few weeks in the government to try and understand how we could establish a framework through which I can encourage, incentivize venture capitalists from abroad to come in and put money into Pakistani startups by underwriting their risk. And the current scheme that we have come up with is to use Ignite, which is our R&D fund. It is 0.5% of the telecom revenue in Pakistan. So we get a few billion rupees going into it every year. We're going to use that funding and convert it into a Pakistan startup fund. And the rationale behind it is that we would become the last check of equity-free capital in a venture capital round, which means that if you have a startup in Pakistan, a top-tier VC from US comes along, or a top-tier VC from Middle East comes along and says, here is a company, I've already vetted them, I've done my due diligence, they require $1 million. They put in $800,000 of capital for equity. I put in the other $200,000, 20% of equity-free capital. It's the best investment the government can do by incentivizing this investment. He gets 100% equity. I underwrite their risk by 20%, and the startup gets funding in Pakistan as opposed to a competing startup in another territory in another country. So my goal is to incentivize VCs by government becoming a player with the Pakistan Startup Fund on this table, and essentially rebranding, restructuring our grants, which we give a lot of, as not just grant money that we give out, a lot of that gets wasted, but instead turning this into a last check of a private venture capital run.